Hey everybody! Welcome back to a much belated return to Terra Invicta. So I think it's been another couple of years since I last streamed this, but here's pretty much the state of the world. I've kind of fortified Asia. I'm sharing China with a bunch of factions, so I'm sharing with the Academy and the Protectorate, so it's a bit annoying. I don't have full control over this, but honestly I wouldn't be able to afford all of the control points here anyway. We'll get to this in a little bit. But we have the servants pretty much dominating Europe, sharing it with the Protectorate, with the resistance over here in the UK. Happy that Brexit already happened. Africa is still kind of up for grabs. South America seems to be turning into a resistance stronghold, and then we have the United States being fought over, hopefully between the resistance and the servants. The servants' control point and the executive is suffering a crackdown, so I'm hoping the resistance can kind of pull control of the nukes away from the servants. Russia's pretty stable, split between the initiative and the academy, and so here is where I'm trying to make some headway. I can't really grab up many more countries. I'm taxed to the limit as it is. But I'm hoping I can take Malaysia away from the Protectorate, and then with the technology I haven't researched it yet, but I'm hoping to get it sometime soon. The United Malay Nation, I can gobble up a lot of Southeast Asian countries, because I'll get a claim on Singapore, which I already have, and parts of Indonesia. And once I grab that, there's a tech later in the game that lets me kind of collapse all of Southeast Asia into a single nation. And then on top of that, there's another tech that gives China control of pretty much all the Pacific nations. So I'm hoping to kind of condense a lot of Southeast Asia into China, while at the same time making China more democratic, because that'll help its research score. One kind of easy way to do that is to use this Liberating Mainland China tech that gives Taiwan a claim on China. But the problem is that's still a big investment in research, and I kind of don't have that. I didn't even realize these aren't secured. I need to do that next turn. Because the thing is, right now I can unite Taiwan with China. Since I have full control over Taiwan and I have executive control over China, I can just immediately absorb it. But the problem is, that's going to lead to probably the Academy getting this army, the military score going down, because the enveloping nation keeps the lion's share of its stats. So I'd lose a very democratic, very advanced country to China and barely get a bump in any of its stats for the effort. So for now, I'm keeping them separate, which stinks, but if push comes to shove, I may go the Liberating Mainland China route just so I can condense my control points. Ultimately, I can, if I ally Taiwan, I'm pretty sure actually they're already allied. Yeah, they are, because I didn't want China trying to gobble it up. If I get Liberating Mainland China, I'll probably just declare war and invade Beijing with Indian and Taiwanese forces, and then that'll actually help. That'll have the Republic of China control everything except for Tibet and this Urumqi region over here that I probably butchered the pronunciation of. So when it comes to my aggressive plays, it's going to be Southeast Asia for now, which is why I titled this stream "Pissing Off the Protectorate," because that seems to be one of their big footholds aside from Laos and Cambodia. I'm not sure if I'm going to risk taking over Indonesia quickly. I think the initiative is still okay with my existence. Yeah, they tolerate me. And already the Protectorate and the servants don't like me, and I don't think I'm going to get their favor back anytime soon. Meanwhile, when it comes to our colonies, I don't think I've built any new ones. Actually, I probably have, since there's a lot of default names on here. Pretty sure this one's something we named, this one's something we named, and this one's something we named. So yeah, the seven colonies still unnamed, and we're researching. I was researching. I switched it out. I was researching the next stage of colony development, which would have made all of them bigger if I choose to invest the resources into it. Because right now we're building an okay space economy. We're running away with fissils and noble metals, and we have a lot of base metals as it is, but we really need to work on our water and volatile income. And unfortunately, memory serves. Yeah, the best place for that was going to be Ceres, but now we're splitting all the sites with everyone else because they've all got out here pretty fast. You can't. Jupiter is actually a nice planetary system to grab pretty much anything. Like, there are a few viable strategies out there where people just immediately jump to the mission to Jupiter research without even really developing any of the inner system. Problem is, the aliens always beat you here, and I think a recent update to the game had this shoot up if you start establishing colonies outside the asteroid belt. And that's not my goal. I don't want the aliens picking on me. I want them fighting everyone else while I try to leave. So if any of the AI get out here, maybe I'll follow them, but for now I think we're going to be just playing in the inner system. Alright, and we still have our Exodus Green fleet. I think all I've done is repair and refuel what ship survived. There still is one weakened ship in orbit. I think that's Victor 6. I'm not sure if I want to pick it off. Our aggression has gone back down to 0, so we wouldn't be risking too much if we blew it up. But at the same time, as was established by the last stream, these ships can't take anything. The alien ship could look at them funny and they would explode. So I might just maintain our presence in orbit in case another human fleet gets a bit in my business. Final note. Yes, we have found another Hydra on Earth. We've already called them Hydras, right? Pretty sure. It's been a while. So, this one alien actually has pretty shitty security, at least compared to his friends, and doesn't have any organizations that help him out. So, ideally, I want to capture him for study instead of just killing him. But I haven't researched that tech yet. That would be this alien containment. So what I'm doing is kind of putting all of my effort into getting this done in about 2 months' time, so I can then capture this guy, because that will advance one of our objectives. Alright, time warp. Let's speed things up.
Offering assistance.
So most of what my agents are doing is either keeping an eye on this guy or keeping our domain at least somewhat settled. I have 2. I have Vamp Planet and I think Terra in Malaysia trying to stir shit up, because I'm essentially, I don't want to conquer it, I just want people to not like the Protectorate having control over them anymore, so they just throw them out and install my leaders instead. And then I can unite it with Singapore and start growing things out.
We've moved the needle.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Yeah, unfortunately, I let my public support in India drop off a bit, so I need to make sure everyone in India really wants to leave.
Long live the revolution!
Fortunately, Terra is very good at stirring shit up. And then there's the double-edged sword of trying to keep this just keeping an eye on this alien. He's abducting people in China, which is making it's making it easier for the servants to try and take control, or just for the aliens to fuck shit up. And another UFO crashes in Iran, which means probably another alien agent is on Earth. I really wish the other factions would be a bit more quick on the pickup when it comes to trying to attack these guys. I've had a few games where half of the factions don't even get past the point of killing their first alien. And most of them do. Aside from the servants, most of them want to at least kill an alien to find out what the heck it is. Alright, so that's Kazakhstan and Singapore that need defend interests. Okay.
Standing by.
You stay here and keep making people mad at us, or mad at the Protectorate.
No, wait. No,
I wanted
justice.
to do that with the higher
Where
percentage.
to?
The people will rise.
You
Acknowledge.
keep following this guy.
We'll see what they're up to.
You
Ready
defend
for my mission.
interests in Taiwan, actually. I want to make sure we don't lose
Protecting
that.
our interests.
You defend
Standing
interests
by.
in Singapore.
Securing our interests.
How's Kazakhstan doing when it comes to... Oh, we've lost all sense of public opinion here. 1%. That's actually pretty bad. I would need someone to go over there and start proselytizing the Ark Society again. That would probably be
What's the op?
Bob. do I want to leave you open? We have a lot of public support here. I don't think anyone's going to try and take it from us. You get people back on our side.
We'll make our appeal.
This is still my major boost producer, so I'd rather not lose it if I can help it. We've stockpiled a lot of it, but always better to have more when we need to get stuff off the world. So in out-of-game affairs, I did end up going to see Avatar: The Way
Securing
of
our
Water
control.
today. I figured, if nothing else, it might be pretty to look at, so I went to go see it in IMAX. IMAX 3D! And it was a movie! By which I mean, it's not bad, but it's not really all that good. And there's a lot of retconning going on. Like, a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, and this happened, but, you know, you just didn't see it in the first movie. I'm like, okay, you're not breaking the canon, but I can certainly tell that you're trying to make some stuff up as you go along. But apparently Avatar 3 was shot at the same time as this one, so even if this one bombs completely, there's still another one in the chamber before Fox, or I guess at this point Disney, calls it quits on the franchise. That poor Avatar park.
Surveillance complete.
Isn't it? It's just so funny where it's like, man, we got all this land at the Animal Kingdom. What should we do with it? Well, what big franchise can we kind of like theme it around? Well, we lost Harry Potter. Avatar? Sure. And then they'd buy Star Wars just a couple years later. And truth be told, stuck to their guns and didn't switch. Said they got
People
both.
will come to our side.
I don't want to keep you there forever, but maybe just, yeah. I really wish Humanity First would just kind of get
Public
kicked out.
sentiment is
I'd
increasingly
rather not
with
piss them
us.
off by trying to kick them out myself, but if, say, you know, the Protectorate kicked them out, I could then kick the Protectorate out. So Avatar is a no. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to recommend anyone see it. If someone came and said, I saw it and I loved it, I would just say, good for you. I'm not going to look down on people that go see it and like it, but I'm not recommending it.
The uprising is underway.
Because honestly, it didn't even have, even the 3D, there was nothing in it that made me go, wow. Because I remember back in the first one, after they destroyed the Great Tree, there's that scene where he's just walking through the ash, and the ash is snowing everywhere. And that looked very impressive. And The Way of Water does a lot of impressive stuff with the fish. But there's never a scene that makes me go, that's cool. That's why this movie's in 3D. And I saw this in IMAX, and this is, I tried to actually research if this IMAX I went to was actually a real one or a quote-unquote Limax, but as far as I could tell, this is one of the genuine IMAX screens, and it's still kind of just meh. You won't look down on them, but you will think less of them. I won't even say that. Like, it's, if someone just wants to escape to Pandora, this continues to allow you to do that. I just think as a story, it's bearing the weight of a franchise poorly. Oh dear. We've got megafauna. A massive grouping of alien and Earth megafauna is rampaging across the Abidjan region of the Ivory Coast, killing civilians and damaging infrastructure. Only a military intervention can stop it. Oh dear. Of course, the country no one claimed, and so no one cared to take it down. Yeah, it's probably making its way to Mali to fuck with the resistance. I'd stop it, but I'd have to be allied to one of these countries to even move there. Well, good luck, guys. IMAX. You know, so there are theaters that claim to be IMAX theaters, but they don't project. what's the right word? It's not that they don't project the film properly, but that's the quickest way I can say it. So you can't exactly consider them IMAX theaters. Like the ratio, Mongolia? Well, yeah, I abandoned that. That's fine. I probably want to get some of these research projects that let me increase my unrest missions. Oh, great. The Surans are taking control of Sri Lanka, too. Boo. So I'm hoping the Protectorate is actually going to help me here by taking over the research for great nations, because that's one of the techs that will allow me to, like, consolidate India and Pakistan, take greater control over Southeast Asia, and allow China to kind of explode. Though I still don't want China to explode in its current form. I'd rather it be a more democratic one. Just because that would help out the research, if nothing else. But I don't want to risk losing my very slim hold over China because this alien keeps fucking around. Alright, yeah, you keep doing that.
Ready for orders.
You go secure Taiwan.
Protecting our interests.
I don't care about Sri Lanka.
Ready for my mission.
I don't like that the servants are taking it over, but I'm not going to risk resources stopping them while I'm trying to do this.
The people demand justice.
You keep
Ready.
doing that.
Surveilling target.
Is there any way to boost your investigation? Who's our investigator? It's actually Vant Planet and Terra, but they're both kind of just good at it. They're not great. Like Magnesium is at espionage. Ah, shit, I didn't even notice I lost Pakistan. Or at least defense in Pakistan.
Making things safe for our people.
Is Bangladesh allying with anyone?
Person of
Israel.
interest surveilled.
We've moved the needle.
Our cause is unjustified
Okay,
to
that's
them.
getting a bit better.
We were unable to instigate an uprising.
Wait, why did your chance drop to 63? I gave you enough ops to drive it higher. Is someone in here messing with Miss?
Wrapping up here.
Alright, I think I have one more turn before I can finally move in to try and capture that alien. I also ended up seeing Violent Night earlier this week, and that movie is definitely just not for
I'm
me.
here.
Like, at least Avatar I can point to and
It's
say,
time
here are my
to
problems
bring
with
it
it.
all
But Violent
down.
Night I point to and I
Ready
say,
to go.
this is probably a great movie for a lot of people. It's not my speed.
Initiating surveillance.
What's the odds?
Much in the same way that I just bounce off of Die Hard.
Securing our control.
I just don't get much out of people going postal. Raven Harrows, thank you for joining us. Glad you had some time off.
Securing our interests.
We've got some intel on our target.
Mm-hmm. Good for you.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Good.
Will come to our side.
Okay, there's definitely an agent here
Death
trying to lower
to
our
tyrants.
unrest. Because this should be going up a lot more, but instead it drops every single time. I'd rather not run the GDP into the ground doing this. Our architects have designed an alien containment facility that is disarmingly simple but highly effective in its design. Essentially, 2 concentric circles are placed in a precise center of a larger triangle. The inner containment chamber utilizes a multi-stage particulate-absorbing filtration system to protect against ferrocite release, so that we may safely monitor the entity from the outer circle. Each corner of the triangle houses a heavily armed guard post, the equal distance between ensuring that, in the unlikely event that a captive escaped, then slew or turned personnel within one of them, the other 2 can respond simultaneously. Neat. Alright, so now we gotta... Oh. The construction of the facility required some testing, but was relatively straightforward. Our personnel are confident that should hold a live alien. On that subject, our research teams have been mentioning that their work would be greatly assisted if they had a live alien to study. Addendum. Despite attempts to encourage the use of a more scientific name, our personnel are continuing to refer to the aliens as Hydras. At this point, we may have to give up the battle and accept the term. I'm fine with that. Our research into hydrobiology has come to a dead end. To learn more, we require a live specimen. Our science teams have full confidence in your ability to carry out this task. On a related note, several of our personnel have noted that if we're going to launch a colony ship, it might be prudent to launch it away from Hydra's space, rather than towards them, in which case interrogating a Hydra seems to be a logical step. Detective, I already did half that job. Alright, this is pretty expensive. I don't want to go for that. I'll go for the orbital core so I can build up our space stations. Alright, and then back to focusing on this. I'm the only one who seems to care about growing stuff in space, so I have to take the lead here. Okay, I'll go back to our original spread. The problem is I've lost the race to the Protectorate when it comes to taking control of this tech. Sacrificed it just so I could capture this guy. But hopefully I can capture him next turn. Does he have a hard target? He probably does. Yeah, so I want to make sure whoever tries to capture him is protected. And it will probably end up being
Prepping for next
magnesium
mission.
protecting vamp planet. Like what are your odds of capturing him? 1%. Can up it to 10. Alright, who has the best... Oh wait, is it investigation that does that? Yes, so it would be either Vamp Planet or Terra. Terra, I need to keep causing unrest in Malaysia. Vamp Planet was winning them over, but apparently that's a hard fight, so... And they're capturing an alien. 4% to 29%.
We'll
I'll
bring
take
them
those
in.
odds, especially
At
if...
your service.
Ready for
Magnesium
orders.
can protect him.
Defending the VIP.
Alright.
Where to?
You keep making sure our interests are defended. Okay, yeah, so it's just Kazakhstan.
Protecting our interests.
Where do you need me?
I mean, if there was ever... I mean, I know people debate that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Violent Night is Die Hard, but definitely a Christmas movie. It seems like someone saw Die Hard and it's like, I just want to remove any ambiguity that this is not a Christmas movie. Alright, okay, you keep focusing on that.
We will bring it down.
Alright, cross your fingers. Let's see if we can capture an alien in one turn. And then it moves
Prepping
to
for
a resistance
mission.
one. Why does your fucking percentage
for
drop?
mission.
Oh, because it moved out of a country we
I'll
control.
keep them safe.
Making
That
things
sucks.
safe for our
Well,
people.
1 in 10 chance. It's like it knew. It spent all that time in China, then it finally...
Target lost.
Yeah.
We couldn't get them.
That's annoying. And another ship showed up.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
The people will be free.
Alright, how much is Malaysia suffering? Okay, its GDP is actually going up now. But I'm wondering if I just want to have someone pull a coup d'etat at this point. Coup d'etats are pretty hard to pull off in democracies. In the game. Make no statement. A lot of my statements about how stuff works is, of course, focused on the game. Tuckendorf, thank you for the 4-year resub. Good evening. Alright, let's try this again. How many times can I blow 64 ops? Probably 4 more times before I start having to drive it down.
Eyes on target.
Ready.
especially by spending a little on this.
The government must fall.
At your service. On guard.
Ready.
Alright, how about you come back down? Hey, you keep working on that then. Oh wait, no, you were doing that. Switch it around. You focus on this.
Making our case.
You come down
Standing by.
here. Work on this.
We must persuade
Any
the people.
interesting... that's pretty good. If anyone has the room for it. Terra and magnesium. Though magnesium can only fit one more. So I probably want to give magnesium just a 3-star one. So, no. Go back to Terra, I give you that. Snow Leopard Commando Group. That's pretty good. It doesn't give you any missions I think you don't have, but it gives you an extra command. As well as investigation, which means you would be slightly better than Vamp Planet at capturing this fucking alien. Do I want to go for something that gives you pluses across the board, or specifically give you +2 investigation? I'm thinking general. Well, at that point, do I want to flip the script?
Ready for my mission.
No, the implant has terrible command. So this would have to stop. Well, maybe I'll let one turn go by where you just
We
focus
must
on that.
persuade the people.
I know,
Mission is a
I know.
no-go. Your orders.
You're protecting Terra now.
I'll keep them safe.
Standing by.
Oh,
for
you
order.
can't go to Malaysia.
We'll grab them.
Standing by. Defending the VIP.
Okay, let's see how that turns out. And is you gonna move again? Ah, back to China. Good, that gives you better
I
odds.
will report when my mission is complete.
On guard.
Oh, Raven, I hope you've been enjoying Dune Spice War. So I've actually been playing that off and on. I haven't streamed it since the first, I think the first week it came out. But I've been trying out the new air units and the House Carino. I've been having fun with it. If I ever had a slow week, I'd actually break it back out, but I've always had something else to stream. And also, thank you for the 14-month reset. Alright, come on, let's see how this ticks over. Come on, 37%. Not bad odds, just shallow odds.
Target lost.
Damn it!
Couldn't get them.
I'd take that shot in XCOM, you'd know it. How do you like the new house? I haven't played it a lot. I think Fremen is still my favorite, if only because it's a bit more forgiving in handling just the terrain. I've only played about 2 games with Carino,
We're winning their hearts and minds.
so I can't say plus or minus on the house. I think it's kind of cool. It's like
We hold
the Emperor
no
shows
sway
up.
in their
It's like,
minds.
I'm sick of your shit. Also, the fact that his the home base is mobile, I think is a nice concept to add to the strategy game. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to have magnesium stuck to Terra like glue. Though I'm noticing that everyone spotted Terra. And we've got orbital core, so now all of our space stations can be expanded. Ooh, pardon me. Let's see. That would actually be pretty good for what we're doing right now, and it's cheap. No, I didn't want to... I mean, I don't even have Malaysia yet, so there's no point in researching. So the problem with all of these techs that affect countries is that once anyone researches them, those countries get those claims. So I actually don't want to research this while the Protectorate still has Malaysia. But that being said, do I really want to go for... Yeah, I think so. It's cheap enough. So, crackdown on Sri Lanka's faded. Guess what we're doing here? Abandoning Sri Lanka. How are the alien fleet production. Alright, well, look, they haven't made any big fleets. They've just made a lot of powerful ships. And I don't like that this one is conducting a surveillance op. That means they're looking at everything. I could try and shoot at it, but with that combat power, it would either run away or blow me up. No, then again, if I research more Miltech, then this fleet's going to become outdated anyway. You know what? Do it. Good luck. Alright, keep making them like us.
I will try to sway the public.
Your orders?
Keep making them like us.
I will try to sway
that
the
unrest
public.
not going down.
What's the op?
You try to capture him again.
We'll bring them in.
And that's probably going to
What's
be
the op?
next to last time I can use that much ops in one go. You protect Terra.
I'll keep them safe.
You
Ready.
keep making India like me.
Making our case.
No, we're going to have to go for suppressing unrest soon. Alright, go. Good luck, everybody. Okay, well. Engage. Okay, everybody target you. Take your radiators in. Let's go. Oh yeah, I gave you some, I think you have liquid rockets, so you actually have some maneuverability. You just don't have any armor, so regardless of where I move you, you're gonna fucking die. Oh, well, watch this one blow up. There it goes. And none of these missiles are going to come in for the kill before you blow up. So unless these missiles hit it now... Hey! They all died! Hooray! I guess those little arrows are new? What arrows? The ones I was using to map the ships, those have always been there, but I'm not sure what you were talking about. The battle had no winner. Perfect. Encapsulates Project Exodus perfectly. At least it's no longer surveying. The thing is, I usually auto the ships because the navigation thing is clumsy, at least unless you want to use both hands to mark them up. The ones to move the ship. No, those have always been there. It's just, I've never really bothered with them because they're a bit cumbersome to use. And the AI isn't terrible at managing them. Yeah, there goes that fleet. It's the only one we had. How's this going? Okay, speed it up.
Defending the VIP.
Got a permanent assignment, so I have to keep telling you to do that.
They slipped.
Oh, that one was just 10% off. 11 points, actually.
Public opinion is moving in
I
our
don't
direction.
like that I have to keep... I want him
opinion
to stay in
is
China
moving
just to
in
make it a
our
bit
direction.
easier to do it, but...
The people will come to our side.
Man, Middle East is a mess right now. Look at all this invasion. Alright, well, keep trying.
Eyes on target.
If I get you...
I'm
you know,
here.
if you had a little bit more, I'd give you a boost to investigation, but... You keep working on that.
We must persuade the people.
Reporting
You
in.
keep working on... Oh, who's this? Ah, probably someone working to get unrest down. Can you do a coup d'etat? 6%? I don't want to use ops. So just keep getting them to like us
I will
more.
tell our story.
And go. Actually, I need to quickly step away, so I'm gonna let this tick down a bit slower. So we can all be surprised when the detain council actually works.
On guard.
Ah, dang. Actually, you know what? Having that project reminded me, I need to have our space stations get upgraded. Not all of... Because, you see, every time I upgrade a station, it's going to cost 2 more mission control. And while I have a lot of it, I don't want to use it all up on space stations. So let's have Tiangong. Actually, I only have 2 space stations, so I guess at this point it doesn't really matter. Alright, come back to that in 2 months. Or a month.
They got away.
Oh, come on! Come on, Terra! 1 point off. That's the most frustrating you've been since XCOM.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Okay, what's all these rocks popping up? Oh. The other factions are still trying to colonize the asteroid belt. I don't want to fall behind. The problem is the asteroid belt's a bit of a crapshoot when you're looking for good resources. Let's see. What do we got here when it comes to prospecting? Actually, no, just this one. Right now, I'm looking for volatiles and water. And the servants already have a base here, so that's pointless. That's Jupiter. Most of these are... Give me asteroid belt. I wish this could be sorted a bit better. Okay, try this one. This one. This one. Let's see how those turn out. And all we have to do is tell Terra to do it again. Yeah, see? Lost all the ops.
We'll
Now we're
bring
dealing with
them
even
in.
worse percentage. Luckily, still stayed in China. For better or worse. What are you doing?
Defending the VIP.
A large typhoon has struck the Philippines. I have yet to check this crash site that's been here for a month or 2. Alright, here we go. about 2 days away.
They slipped away.
Oh, well, at least it wasn't 38%. That would have killed me.
The people will come to our side.
We've moved the needle.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Uh-oh. Oh no, we got Terra missions. That's gonna make things harder. Alright, double check our Skywatch. See if there's anything on approach. Currently, 1 fleet, 1 destroyer on their way to Earth. Everything else is staying where it is. Hey Terra, guess what your mission is?
We'll grab them.
Yeah, you keep telling me that. Oh, great. And that dropped it,
I
didn't
will
it?
report when my mission is
Great.
complete.
That got
Prepping
the
for mission.
13%. Kill me.
I'll keep them safe.
Come on, Resistance, help me out here.
Target lost. We couldn't get them.
See, now this would have had Terra die if it wasn't for Magnesium protecting them. Critical failures on this sort
Public
of
opinion
stuff,
is
and they have
moving in
hard
our
target
direction.
is death.
The people will come to our side.
And there was a coup in Turkey, which kicked out the servants. So I'm not thrilled Community First is in charge, but I'm feeling a bit better about that. Because at least it means they won't be joining the EU. Which they can't right now, but they can if techs get researched. And there goes Sri Lanka.
My family had this farm in Mississippi. You name it, they grew it. Corn, soybeans, cotton. There was so much to do, day and night. It wasn't the life I wanted, but it did teach me that you have to work hard if you want to nurture a living thing into the very best version of itself. Superior Judith Hound. Interview with 8 Chakra Podcast.
It is inconvenient, cumbersome, and risky to send copious amounts of food on every manned flight, while for our stations to remain dependent on supply drops from Earth is short-term thinking in the extreme. It is paramount that space-based personnel can grow their own food, even in environments with little to no gravity and a hostile atmosphere. Closed ecological life support systems, CELIS, probably just cells, are our best hope here. In other words, a sealed loop which creates both food and oxygen while requiring only light, power, and human personnel. The carbon dioxide exhaled by the latter is transformed into oxygen by plants, while their urine and wastewater is recycled into drinking water, and their excrement and food waste is used to grow the nutrient-rich plants. Such systems have been pursued without success for decades, but the creation of a new strain of fast-growing, protein-rich algae has finally yielded the breakthrough we need. In time, we'll be able to vary our astronauts' diets by introducing leafy plants and even fish farms, which will make long-term off-planet habitation even more comfortable. The following projects and all that jazz. So now, it's probably required for the Project Exodus end goal, but at the same time, it allows you to build modules that make your stations cost less water and volatiles. Essentially, it alleviates a bit of your income on these two sides. Let's see here. Settlement Habs. I mean, that gives me money, but that's not what I need right now. I need my colonies to be better. Yes. Yeah, do that. There's no way I'm the only faction that wants to research this. The rest of you can help out. And the Gulf states have switched over from the Academy to the Initiative. Which probably goes with their whole deal. And there's the hydroponics bay. And there's the fuel cell. Alright. Try again. With only 10% chance of
Eyes
success.
on target.
Yikes. Come back to China. Maybe go to Pakistan for a little bit. Someone give this alien a travel brochure. Okay, good. I'll boost your investigation by 1. Hopefully that'll help. Yeah. Giving you an administration thing seems like a waste. Increase our mining output, but only by 3%. I'd rather hold on to this and just wait. Anyone else have a lot of experience? Ah, Vamp Planet. You already have max administration, but you also are getting it from... Actually, you have a couple of ones that boost your admin, but they also are giving you other stuff. So that's less a priority. I'll give you commands. You can start agitating. I need you to make them mad. Get mad! Nope, and we lost a spot
Ready for
on
your
India.
orders.
Go ahead and patch that up while you're
Making
here.
things safe for our people.
Probably should start working on getting India some navies. Actually, I should also work on getting their unrest down, too. Should I reallocate any of this? They're already information age. Yeah, you know what? Drop this down by a lot. Put that into building navies. Our wealth inequality isn't that high. So do I want to boost the economy or boost... Well, I have almost no mission control here. Yeah, go ahead and put that into... No, not welfare. Double this. Yeah, that's probably not the ideal spread, but it's a bit close to what I want. Alright. Oh, moved into a region I control. How much does that raise the chance? Back up to 30.
Mission in progress.
Roughly. Break up of Brazil. I don't feel like making it harder for the resistance right now. If I could break up the Americas, that would be something. I don't know who would
Defending
inherit
the
their
VIP.
nukes.
Protecting our interests.
Target secure.
Captured a live alien! Good job, Terra! It is impossible to describe the sensation of gazing upon a creature from another world with one's own eyes. No words could adequately explain how uncanny it feels to see such a thing move and draw breath, and turn its own unquestionably alien eyes upon us. Even had we sent a poet, they would not be able to convey the mangled sense of awe and wrongness, the terrifying privilege of beholding something that does not resemble anything else in the human experience. The shape of the hulking skull, the tendrils that danced unnaturally within the mouth, the way the light plays across flesh, textured and patterned like nothing else on Earth. Even these being sounds challenge our very definition of language. The idea that we could ever know their minds seem, for now, frankly laughable. Let us hope that will soon change. Regardless of the fleeting encounters we or others might have had previously, and no matter what happens next, this is a watershed moment, never to be forgotten. The operation was a success. Our xenobiology division insisted on the use of non-lethal weapons against the Hydra target, which led to a certain number of casualties among the operations team, when the recommended dosage of sedative turned out to be ineffective. In the end, several of our security personnel made unauthorized use of firearms to disable the Hydra. While they have been reprimanded, the Hydra unfortunately was able to recover from its injuries and is now safely contained. Biologists are busy studying the Hydra's regenerative process and monitoring its health. In the meantime, our linguistics team is eager to begin work on its language. While we have good reason to expect our Hydra to be less than fully cooperative, the possibility of communication with another sentient species carries tremendous potential. Our linguistics team has requested priority access to the captive Hydra. Our biology team, unsurprisingly, has requested the same. Well, guess what? You pick one, they both get access at the same time. 27% to a 29% threshold. What fun. We play a very dangerous game.
We've moved the needle.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
And Russia is expanding its domain through conquest, now attacking Azerbaijan. Yay. One of my long-term goals is to kind of turn all of Asia into Project Exodus. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to crack back into Russia. I know that was one of my early game goals, but then I lost it to the Academy. We still have a bit of a foothold with Kazakhstan, but I'm pretty sure Russia's still pissed that we tore it away from the Eurasian Union Federation. Yeah, we gotta get Amy Adams on this. We need a... Oh, and the Initiative had built their first spaceship. How adorable. And it is also an escort class. The Cridel? Slightly worse than our own escorts because it decided to give itself an autocannon instead of a missile bay, meaning it will try to shoot down missiles shot at it, but woefully unprepared. Look at this little baby ship. Look at it. An alien can kill it by looking at it. Alright, go away. I don't need to get updates on all the other ships right now. What the? No. Didn't want to focus that much on India 1. And there looks like a lot of xenoforming is broken out over the subcontinent. We'll have to work on that. Meanwhile, how are our space stations doing? December 5th. Go ahead and build another solar collector. So oddly enough, it was a rival that kind of ruined... It didn't ruin it. I still like the book, but it kind of made me a bit salty after reading Project Hail Mary.
Where to?
50%. Yeah, keep working on that.
I will try to sway the public.
Reporting in.
Magnesium.
Standing by.
Stabilize India.
We'll make things safe.
Terra.
I'm here.
Terra, duck and cover for a little bit. Now everyone's probably got you on their shit list.
Ready for orders.
Ant Planet. How do they like us in Malaysia? I took you up to China? Probably need to work on getting China back on our side. We've neglected it.
Case.
Let's see here.
Standing by for
You
orders.
two. You. Okay, that's still pretty solid. So's that. How about Taiwan? That's still good. And Kazakhstan over 50%. Okay. This is still good too. Yeah, I'm switching over to Malaysia.
We'll make our appeal.
And there's the Hydra language project, which is probably 10,000 research points. Yep, just as much as alien technology. Which means it would take us 10 months, probably closer to 8 months of dedicated research to get it. I've really fallen behind. Really? No one else is taking this up right now. We could all benefit from this, guys. Come on. Wondering if I could just abandon the Great Nations research so I can get all this done faster. Yeah, I'm not catching up to the Protectorate. Alright, so that'll all get done. This will get done at the end of next... No, the end of this year, middle of next year, middle of next year. Yeah, sure. If I can get that done now, I can then plug something else into it.
Going into hiding.
Oh no, you're laying low in Wuhan? Wait, no! Come back! Alright, orbital core's ready. So now we can do this. So Tiangong Station is about to become a bit more specialized in research. So it doesn't have the tier 2 power generation, but fortunately I don't have any tier 2 labs anyway, so I can still do it like this. This will give us 10, which means I can put down 2 more xenology labs, which makes things a bit easier for us in researching that. Then I need social science labs. Okay, so that'll cover those 2. And then I'll put 2 more, 1 here, 1 here. And then those will end up doing +1 to successful public campaign. That or information science. Because that'll help overall research. Yeah, no, we'll do 1 with information science. and then another.
Columbia, Houston, we're standing by, over.
Oh, but that one will be used to control. That's good too.
Not there, man. We got the high gate up.
Yeah, that one does space science. Wait, under control power? That's not going to be an... Oh, how much power do you take? 5. 6. Okay, I can... That's where the imbalance is. So one more is too much, because this one demands 12. Is there anything that demands less than 5? Social science requires 3. We have a winner! So now it's a real space station. Or will be when it's done producing. Like, you're gonna have at least 50 people up here. How's the international... Oh, wow. The Academy picked up quick. In fact, everyone upgraded their stations. So what are they building? Ooh, they got a space dock here. Technology lab. Okay, I'll give the Academy some credit. They worked hard on this. Well, I guess everyone has a pretty booming space economy now, so they're not short on resources to upgrade. It's really only mission control that's the limiting factor.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
The people will come to our side.
Order is returning.
We hold no sway in their minds.
Well, that's disappointing. And the servants have built a spaceship. That's also annoying. The exact same layout as the initiative ship, except this one's actually more heavily armored. That one was 511, this is 933. I hate how the servant ships look cooler because they're all black. Black and red are their colors, and that annoys the crap out of me. Make them purple. Paint them purple. Those are your flag colors. You have to paint the ships purple. Yeah, you can see it here, and that's how they color their tanks too. And the US is at war with Nigeria. The initiative, well, actually no one controls it. They all cracked down, probably abandoned it. And they got their control point and the executive back under their control. Nah, this has to change. This is problematic. I should probably actually see if I can't stoke some unrest. Because if I have... do I really want to break up the United States of America? I probably do at this point, because it's better to have a broken US than one under the servants' control. Excuse me, fellas, I'm just gonna break America here. First I have to get the End of America tech to pop up. I'm pretty sure it's available, I just don't have it where I can pick it up. Yeah, I only have break up of Brazil. End of America should still be in here, though. America, America, I wish you'd all break up. Okay, yeah, Fall of Empire is what was required, so I just have to wait for this to tick over. Now, so there is a problem here. If you research End of America, one of the things that can form after it is Dominion of America, which still gets a claim on pretty much on the continental United States. And then you have Greater Dominion, which lets them conquer a good portion of North America. So if I do break up America, I have to make sure the American Dominion is not taken over by the servants, or we'll be right back where we started. Okay, good. That'll increase my mining. Still don't want to do that. That's not really that much of a problem right now. It might be later. Do I want to go for Hydra language? I don't know how much I want to focus on. Because if I do this now... it'll take until September. Both of these, this project will be done before this is done, even with all of my research on it. July, April. So it'd still take 4 months for this to finish with me making no other progress. I'd rather make some progress. I could go for a solar array. That'll increase the usefulness of my colonies. And that's actually pretty cheap. I can finish that in just a few days. Alright, now I'll approve anything that kicks the Surans out of a place. Even if it's the money-grubbing initiative. Alright, you keep focusing on that.
I will tell our story.
Terra,
I'm here.
now that you're back up.
Acknowledged.
Can you give us a coup? Do it.
Subverting the government.
How much do these control points cost?
Ready.
Essentially 10 per. So that'd bump this from 387 to about 417. That's actually pretty high over my cap, though. But if I unite it with Singapore, that'd take 16 off. They won't accept an alliance, though, so I'd be starting from scratch. Yeah, so that'd probably, my influence be sucked down the drain really fast.
Protecting our interests.
Then never
Ready to go.
mind. Don't do a coup.
Ready.
Just make the country more unstable.
It's time to bring it all down.
Securing our control.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Their government remains stable.
Public opinion remains on move.
Not really.
Violence is abating.
I really have to start working on this xenoforming too. I can't have it make headway in India.
The people demand justice.
Ready for orders. I will try to sway the public.
At your service. We'll make our appeal.
Reporting in.
I don't need the shipyard yet, because I don't really have many ships to build. Hydroponics bay would be something. Could at least tack that onto the shipyard. I currently have an orbit, and then make it cost less. Go ahead and do that. And another ship shows up. This one I can't even try to shoot down, even if I wanted to. And it crashes in Kharkiv, meaning another alien is back on Earth. Now let's take a look at our finished Tiangong. Well, in this stage of production. Kills my sense of symmetry, but it's a fully armed and no way operational station. Alright, so what's it? What is it giving me? 40% xenology research, 5% information science, and then 2.5 for space science and social science. 40 science total. But it's costing me. If I upgrade the solar array, though, I can change more of the output. someone change this? That's not acceptable.
Okay, we're in.
I need the xenology. Fine.
Guys, I'd like to get a go from you when you're happy with the B12 and you're happy with the platform. The platforms are right together, but they're beautiful. Okay, how about the eggs? You go on the eggs? Yes, sir. Same thing as an egg focus.
I like the space chatter you get when you do that. It's atmospheric.
Our cause is unjustified to them.
And who are you? What are you doing here?
The revolution will not be.
Oh no, Terra's been arrested! Ah, that must have been a crit fail. Yeah, that sucks. Which means now they probably know a lot about organization. So much for pissing them off. Well, maybe I did, but then Terra got arrested for it. Alright, go ahead and do biology. Done in July. Fine.
The people will come to our side.
Things are cooling off.
Does anyone have extract? I think someone has extract counselor. I'll need to take a look at that next turn. And we have an alien in Argentina. It must have crit failed. There was no other way for me to find out about that happening. So now we got an alien we can capture or kill, and an agent who we need to retrieve. Let's see, does anyone have extract counselor? There's a mission.
Where do you need me?
Acknowledged.
Ready for orders.
Where to?
Magnesium does.
Where to?
Oh boy.
We'll bring them home.
Acknowledged.
Does anyone have investigate
Standing
counselor?
by for orders.
Okay, good. Find out who the hell this is and what they're doing in India.
Surveilling target.
Standing by.
Ready for my mission.
Secure Japan.
Standing by for orders.
No, you're not. You're captured. Okay, so there's nothing we can do about the alien in Argentina. Because,
Ready to go.
unless I have Vamp Planet look into it. 99% means you're probably not an alien. An alien has higher security. You know what? Fine. You go take a look at this. I can't spend all my ops on you. There, 69%.
Eyes
Good
on
luck.
target.
Where to?
You know what? I just realized I probably should have had Vamp Planet protect Magnesium, because if she fucks
Mission
up,
in progress.
if they fuck up the extraction, they could just die. Oh, and this is suddenly 14%. I could have sworn I gave you enough ops to make that higher,
Securing our control.
which means this is probably going to fail, and Magnesium's probably going to die. No, not this again. A child in the Kolkata region of India has befriended a small, adorable alien, honestly, really adorable, this, as a pet, and she and her friends kept it hidden for some time before her parents discovered and contacted the authorities in the news media. It doesn't appear to present an obvious threat and seems to want to remain with the child, and local communities rallied around the family. I don't want the xenoforming to continue, but I don't want to fucking break a child's heart. I don't... The opinion boost would be nice, but it's not worth this. Given the research I need to seize it. Seize it?!
Tracking failed.
Okay.
They're still locked up tight.
Okay, well at least it wasn't a critical failure. Oh, I see. This is probably a Protectorate agent right here fucking with me. Which means I think Terra's about to die, because it's very easy to kill detained agents. Here, we're about to have our first counselor death. I don't want it to happen. I'm trying to make it not happen. And Nigeria is now controlled. Servants, what fun. End of India. Definitely don't want to research that. I need my India whole, please. Alright, try again. The problem is it relies on command, and guess who had all the command? Terra. Does anyone have better command? No. In fact, honestly, it's a real blind spot in my stat spread that I didn't get an agent with good command. I need to give you security more than I need to give you command. I could give you +1 command with this, but it feels like a bit of a waste, honestly. We need to get Terra out of there before they die.
They'll get them out.
Standing by for orders.
Acknowledged.
I can't spare the ops. Just take the low
Tracking target.
roll.
What's the op?
You not dying,
Your orders?
hopefully. Alright, go back to India. Oh wait, you're already still working there. You're already still working there. Oh boy. Alright.
Making our case.
That feels like a waste, honestly.
At your service.
At your service.
Go ahead and surveil this location to see if the xenoforming spread.
Eyes up.
Your orders?
Alright, fingers crossed, everybody, so Terra doesn't die. Clap! Clap if you believe in Terra! What happened to Australia? Oh, nothing. Okay, good. This is what I need. Glad this is here. We'll come back to this. It's red only because Humanity First has control over it. The faction control colors it to a color similar to the faction. So yeah, they have the Pacific States too, and some of South America. Nothing's chained with Australia, though it seems to be suffering some subversion. Do I want to do End of America right? You know what? I'll put in End of America after this one's done. Because I really need America.
Setting a watch.
I have new information.
Hey! We can maybe try and capture him
No
later.
good. We couldn't break in.
Oh, come on! You were so close that time, too. Don't see an agent here, though,
Public
so maybe no one's
sentiment
trying to
is
kill
increasingly with us.
Terra. Does Terra live for another 2 weeks? Another alien? It's the same alien, isn't it? It's the same effing alien. Don't tell me about that. Okay, good. Terra's free. Don't scare me like that, Terra. Okay, so now Tiangong's got a solar array, which means I can afford to switch out another... Oh, excuse me, got a sneeze. Coding Wizard, thank you for the 8-month primary sub. Almost to a sub, baby. Gotta think about a name.
Okay, we got data back. Radar flight looks good.
Okay, so that's 22. That'll go down by 6. So that'll take it to 16. I can take this out. That goes down to 6. Then I can put in one of these labs. As long as it's less than 6, it'll still work. I don't want to spread it that thin. Let's make another space science lab. Alright. Alright, Terra. Well, you're kind of compromised, aren't you?
Standing by.
Standing by for
You need to
order.
go into hiding.
Ready for my mission. Going silent.
Reporting in.
You go research whatever the hell this guy's doing in
On the way to the
Argentina.
target site.
What's the op?
You... I don't know. Keep making Malaysia like me.
We must persuade the people.
Reporting in.
You keep finding out what this guy's up to. You're allowed to spend ops now.
Initiating
Not
surveillance.
many, but you're allowed to spend them. Taiwan's vulnerable and Singapore's vulnerable. I want to build an outpost on Mars. Have I gotten one there yet? Maybe Ceres. Ceres is a bit more competitive and there's nothing new to build. I think all the sites on Mars are also taken. Yeah, sure, you know what? You work. Let's not spend all of our boost at once. Make it a smaller station. In high Hertha orbit. Alright, you will be a way station, fission pile on top of a construction module.
Flight controllers, 15 seconds to CSM act.
Oh, and then of course I have a whole bunch of habs here that need names. I need, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new names for stations and bases. Subs get first pass. It still has to be a name I like, but subs get to pitch them. Maybe I should pitch this in the sub hangout too. That way people that aren't able to show up can still pitch names. Ah, come on, Protectorate. Should have figured they were gonna steal some of my shit.
We found nothing of note.
Lost that coin toss.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Malaysia likes me slightly.
Our cause is unjustified to them.
Well, keep trying.
Here's what we found.
Skunk works. That'll finally unlock this last bit. Alright, well, I'll let Magnesium take over that. You go over here and start defending our interest again.
Securing our interests.
Where do you need me?
I'm here.
Find out what the fuck this guy wants. Wow. Oh yeah, that's right, your investigation is worse.
Ready to
Terra is
go.
the one I want to have investigate.
Initiating surveillance.
You go defend my
Ready to
interests. Let's say Singapore, right? Yep.
Where to?
I need to start giving you stuff that give you more missions. You don't have a lot to do. I guess you can still work here, but you're fighting a losing battle by the looks of it.
Making our case.
Or you can go defend Kazakhstan.
Securing our interests.
Making things safe for our people.
Securing our interests.
Do we have a
Securing
butt?
our
You mean a
control.
butt hab? No, we don't.
Person of interest surveilled.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
A hand to negotiate. A third falls prostrate, and the fourth runs.
We're the fourth guy.
Only one of those chose the right, best response. What we're trying to understand is how to ensure we induce that response when the time comes. Colonel Hans Castillo, during a staff meeting with morale officers.
Where social scientists are examining the changes in people and their relations en masse, psychologists are studying the individual and its response to the alien arrival. Our brains evolved and wired in the Stone Age to worry about things like food, predatory animals, and opportunities for mating. We're having trouble enough adapting to a wired bureaucratic world where the most dangerous threats, such as climate change, are neither immediate nor visible, and the presence of aliens among us is overloading our already taxed minds. Will aberrant behaviors increase as humans become hopeless and adapt? adopt an every man for himself approach to the world? Will we be able to widen our concept of our tribe to all of humanity as our differences fade in comparison to the aliens? Understanding how our minds have been shaped by evolution and culture to deal with this strange new stimulus from the stars will lead to the self-awareness we need to shape our collective response. Now we can make a lot of broadcast hubs. Which I feel like we were already doing, but I guess now they're just radio stations in space. Name something but for old time's sake. Alright, how about this? I just built a station as far from Earth as any human has been. Let's call that one Butt Station. If I ever end up going to Jupiter, that will probably be inaccurate, but for now, works. And America's taking over Burkina Faso. Oh, but at least they're fighting the alien megafauna. That's something. Alright, what does that xenoform even have on him that's worth taking? Okay, can't take those. Those are aliens. No. 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 None of those look all that interesting. But we did lose something here, so yeah, go
Protecting our interests.
Standing by.
I mean, there's no point now, but why not?
On the way to the target site.
Reporting in.
You keep finding out more about this guy. What are the odds of detaining him? Slim to none.
Eyes on target.
Ready.
Oh, hello. You've lost some control points there.
I will bring down the government.
Good luck. Have fun storming Malaysia.
Making things safe for our people.
Well, I guess we're suppressing the democracy store in China again. Alright, hold on. Before I lose my head, what should I give Bob here? Anything increasing your persuasion? No. Anything increasing... I don't need to increase your admin, it's already maxed out. Your command? Less so, that sucks. I just want to have you hold... okay. This gives some tech boosts. That's not nothing. Your espionage is in the toilet, too, so that really doesn't matter. Here, that at least gives us mission control. Oh boy, if I get a station around Uranus, that's gonna be a while. But if that happens, I'll name it Butt Station and we'll update the whole roster. Oof. Sorry, that was my wrist. That was my other wrist. Can't stop myself.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
And there's our Malaysian coup. And there's a massive dunk on our influence income, as I should have seen coming. Alright, well first let's see if we can't fix this. Spoils to keep the elites happy, 33. You know what, I'll indulge. But then at the same time, I'm going to put something into getting our economy going. That's not ideal, but I'll leave it there. Now I need to work on what can I do to assist in our cap. What nations do I have control over? All a bit necessary. I could throw my hands up in the air and have Taiwan unite with China, but I still feel like that's costing me in the long run. I can afford to have my influence take a hit for a while, but the problem is if I'm this far over, it's making it easier for any country to, any other faction to fuck with me. Like someone could go to Malaysia right now and probably coup it again. Or purge it, given my stats. Oh, and I guess at the same time, I should make sure you don't get bullied by another country. So let's say ally yourself to China and India. That'll be fun. And the EU grows slightly more. The problem is this reprioritizes my need to get
we have Zeph culture.
the
It
United
means
Malay
you're
Nation.
poor, but you got style. If we want this thing to make money, we need to Zeph this place up. If we put in enough windows, we can serve people cat food and have them sleep on shipping crates. The less we spend, the more we earn. Hey? Chairman Soren van Wyk, recording submitted as evidence in the Pyrefest Solar Hotel lawsuit.
Pyrefest. You'd think he'd be savvy enough to avoid bad branding. Hot on the heels of any pioneers are the entrepreneurs, hungrily chasing a new frontier filled with danger, wonder, and opportunity in equal measure. See Avatar. As we refine our methods of space travel and habitation to become faster, safer, and most of all cheaper, there will undoubtedly be a cadre of those keen to turn the black into gold. From honeymooners to retirees, whether a spring break or a corporate retreat, now is the prudent time to invest in and regulate for an infrastructure that will allow humanity at large, and not just the super rich, to experience the world beyond their sky. The vast profits to be reaped from the resultant slew of consumer transport, sightseeing tours, and orbital hotels can then be funneled into other expansion efforts, as well as serving as something of a dry run for long-term human existence in space. So now you can build the T1 space hotel.
We found something.
Night, Ronan. And it's my birthday in-game. My in-game birthday. Enjoy it while it lasts for the next 2 seconds. Oh, maybe 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And... oh, spoke too soon. I guess I had 10 seconds left in that birthday. Yeah, I would probably be going off the Prime Meridian as the midnight. Alright, how's this research doing? Alright, we're still 2 months away on that front. I don't know if I want to press the gas by... so now give it down to just a month and a half, basically. I'll keep it there. I don't think the Academy's going to catch up to my research on this anyway. You... yeah, we definitely need to start working on this stuff. Go and bomb.
Going in hot.
Ready. Securing our control.
Ready.
At your service. We'll see what they're up to.
Shouldn't have double-clicked that.
Securing our interests.
More to my unrest missions.
Surveillance complete.
So I guess this stream is more about screwing over the aliens than screwing over the Protectorate, since I only got one country out of them this whole time. If I spend any more years off camera, I'll probably just be working on whittling away more support down here. Ireland has joined the Russian Caribbean States War against the Caribbean States. Wow. The times we live in. Where Ireland has an army, and it goes on expeditions.
Target still in one piece.
Nah, that's disappointing.
Here's what we found.
Yeah, that could work.
Surveilling target.
Acknowledged. Taking it to them.
Reporting in. I will tell our story.
Where do you need me? Restoring order.
Nicaragua has been conquered.
I have new information.
That's good.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
That's better. In fact, stay there for a little bit.
Things are cooling off.
Stay there for a little bit.
The people will come to our side.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Superior Judith Howell, leading Sunday schoolers.
Don't be creepy, Judith. For generations, laser weapons have been a science fiction staple, but their development for military application has been hampered not purely by their extreme energy requirements, but also thermal blooming. A laser heats the air it passes through, and subsequent change in the air density in turn causes a continued beam to defocus and lose strength. To compound the problem, the beam will bend towards cooler air, which has blighted previous prototypes with poor accuracy. The most obvious response is to further concentrate the beam, but this simply makes the air even around it even hotter. This perpetuates the issue. At last, however, scientists have been able to perfect lasers, which fire in brief, high-powered pulses rather than a sustained ray. While thermal blooming is not an issue in the airless vacuum of space, light, and therefore strength dissipation over great distances very much still is. As we develop next-generation energy technologies, far more devastating laser weapons for use both within and beyond our skies will become eminently possible. What they research next? Advanced heat management concepts. This is what you need to get into the inner system. I'm not sure if I want to help this, but even if I don't, they'll probably finish it pretty quickly. I want to get this done in time. Fuck it. I have to abandon that too.
The LZ is secure.
Good job. At least you did one of them. Caribbean States is now taken over by the Initiative. The Academy seems to be losing a lot of ground here. That's an annoying bug. They're not that far away from their threshold. But they don't really have any big countries to anchor themselves around, do they? The servants definitely do. As for notable Academy nations, essentially their footholds in Russia and China. Oh, okay, good. The servants lost control of Germany.
Where do you need me?
Yeah, might as well. This is probably what was originally blooming in the first place.
Heading to the LZ.
Where do you need me? Tracking target. We've found nothing of note.
Well, that's unfortunate. Wait. Ooh, this looks like a biggin. Resounding Concord class Dreadnought. Where is it? It's so big, you can't even see it. No, not that. Okay, hold on. Where the hell is this? Victor 52. There. Ugh, I hate when the camera does this. I mean, that's a good look at it, but pick between too close or too far. Oh, great! It has a missile bay, a particle beam, a laser battery, another laser battery, a torpedo bay, a missile bay, another particle beam array, and then a torpedo bay. And then a mag cannon on front. This is a Predator. It was definitely meant to say, hey, stop fucking with our shit. We mean it. Yeah, you could give me another 5 years and I would still lose in any matchup with this. I would have to overwhelm it with like 10 escorts, flying all from different directions, very fast, bombarding it with missiles that are more advanced than I have now. Fortunately, the only thing I think it's too big to actually crash. Or rather, if it crashed, there'd be no survivors. So, at the very least, it's not going to deposit another alien agent. It's just going to sit here and look menacing.
We've moved the needle.
Our money crews at Mattingly Base have have made an unexpected yet welcome discovery. During a routine excavation, a sudden rock fall exposed previously undetected deposits of valuable materials. This has been surveyed by our... Oh, okay. Hooray. More stuff to mine!
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
And now the initiative is making war with the resistance. Not good.
Target secure.
Investigating target.
At your service.
Find out who's dipping around in China.
Eyes on target.
I mean, we have the resources to buy it, but no one has the room for it. Oh, and great, they went to India now. Good. Alright, now you do United Malay Nations, so I can finally get that started. Can you increase your relations yet? No. Next turn.
I have new information.
Oh great, a servant celebrity. Just what we needed.
Tracking a fail.
The people will come to our side.
Things are stabilizing.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Okay, so I can't even make a federation until they have that claim. Oh, hey! While it takes some time to fully comprehend the Hydra language, we have now identified sufficient patterns and repeating elements to establish the core concepts behind it. Essentially, their method of communication is twofold: an auditory aspect much like our own, and perhaps more importantly, a ferrocite-based aspect, which chemically and wordlessly conveys the emotional context of their otherwise functional speech. We can now proceed with direct translation of the spoken element, should we wish it. It remains to be seen, however, how effective any attempt at communication to be without replication of the chemosensory effect. We have completed, our linguistics team have been working around the clock to compile the first ever English Hydra translation tool. By analyzing every recorded instance of alien audio that we have and comparing it to the Hydra's behavior in Parasite production, they believe they have managed to translate the Hydra clicking sounds into comprehensible sentences. Audio playback should allow us to talk to the Hydra in return. Unfortunately, it appears that a great deal of Hydra communication is carried out by Parasites. The audible component of their language is only a skeleton, which the Parasites build upon to transmit context and meaning. Since we cannot reproduce Hydra Parasites ourselves, and exposing our team to live Hydra Parasites is probably advisable, we will be restricted to audio exchanges only. This will make any communication crude and limited, still it represents a significant milestone. And now we have to interrogate this bugger. Alright, this is probably ill-advised, but let's do this. And then one there. So all this is getting done except for this. And the probe has arrived. Okay, that's actually a good source of volatiles. But I don't think I want it right now. Honestly, I need to yeah, fuck. Fine, we'll do that. Because I need to get my control point cap down. You're gonna tell me a bit about your guys.
We'll bring them in.
Acknowledged. Tracking target.
However, you
Your orders?
are gonna solidify control over India.
Securing our control.
Is it another 10,000 to interrogate him? It's 20,000! Ah! We already got the tech, why does it require so much more research just to talk to the bugger?
We've got some intel on our target.
Target secure.
You're under arrest for being famous. I almost out of spite want to just lose that boost. Yeah, fuck off. I have more than enough to spare for you, shithead.
Violence is abating.
They'll all be so busy fighting down here that they won't even realize we've already built ourselves an empire up there. Director Khalid Al-Asghar comments to investors ahead of the Emirates Mars mission.
I'm trying, Director. The greater the divisions between the nations of the world, the greater the potential for someone or something to exploit them. Discord only makes us weaker at a time when all the peoples of the world should stand together in the face of seismic change. It is time to put the petty conflicts of yesteryear aside and for states and nations to group together into new superpowers with the resources and togetherness required to both adapt to the alien dawn and to successfully colonize neighboring worlds. While no nation wants to give up its culture or history, there are those who are inherently sympathetic to each other and those inherently allied against the creeds of others. The right policies and the right treaties would ensure national identities are respected even as borders crumble. Lessons, too, must be learned from the past if we are to avoid the disruptive nationalist movements and extreme partisanship of recent decades. The road to these superstates will not be an easy one. There will need to be untold referendums and elections, not to mention chaos in the financial sector from a newly unbound freedom of movement. But the end will justify the torturous means. The alien arrival, visitors from not just another nation, but from another world entirely, means that traditional geographical boundaries have lost almost all relevance. Continent-wide supernations sharing a singular vision, thus representing our greatest hope of facing down tyranny, whether from elsewhere in our world or from others far beyond it. Get ready for the superstates! Because Pakistan and India are making friends. And there goes the Malaysian point, just as I fucking predicted. Alright, well, who can purge
I'm
that
here.
point and get it back to us now?
Standing by for orders.
Do it. I have all the influence to
Terminating
spend.
the opposition.
Standing by for order.
You know, this isn't going well for Brazil, is it?
Surveilling target.
Your orders. Investigating alien site.
Ready to go.
Actually, it's interesting that it went to the Resistance. I thought I had an alliance. I thought at least I had a non-aggression pact with them. Not anymore. In fact, they're about to become hostile. I'm about to purge them off a point.
We must persuade the people.
Person of interest. Surveil.
Oh, I haven't even fucking talked to the guy I detained. What are you revealing about these servants to me? You need to learn their language, so you're a bit behind me there. But you're halfway there.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Our case remains unheard.
Demuchia, thank you for the 4-month resub. And Madagascar, really? What are you playing up? Well, hello. Ooh, this is good. A lot of research points. Is there anything I can do to boost it? So at max, I get 2,000. I can get influence, which I don't need that much of. I already have a lot. I can get a lot of money, which is something. I can get a lot of ops. I do need ops and money. I already have a good amount of money. But if I had a lot more ops, it'd be easier to capture that alien. Get the ops. And Taiwan finally has a navy. That took forever. Alright. Shift that back into getting mission control. Don't worry too much about economy. There.
Recon complete.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, because I think the servants may have kind of shot themselves in the foot here. They went through all that effort just to switch out the protectorate with their own control point because the Resistance has control points in the United States, so the handover ignored them. That's funny.
Our associates are now in charge.
And now the Resistance is pissed at me, aren't they? Yep. You can't say you're tolerant of me when you kick me off one of my own control points. Here, I'll try to make friends with you again. Bob, go play nice.
At your service. Securing our control.
Ready for my mission. We'll bring them in.
Ready for orders. On guard.
Yeah, that sucks. Don't even bother.
Protecting our interests.
I'll keep them safe.
Making contact.
We appreciate that you see the threat the aliens pose, but we don't think leaving Earth is the answer.
Well, I disagree. Alright, now I have to make sure you're not so pissed at me. Well, you actually have a lot of boost. No projects I would want. I doubt you'd be willing to part with any of these. This one's great, but you probably wouldn't give it to me for anything. How if I gave you like 300 boost? Would you still give it? Really? Okay. But who would I give it to? I don't have anyone that even has the administration left for that. So tempting, but no. I at least want to get a non-aggression pact out of you. You'll just give it to me. Well, fun. Let's see. You have almost no ops, which is what I'd be willing to trade for. Maybe I should give you some stuff, just now, so you can start building up some sort of resistance to these aliens I want you to fight. Here, I'll give you 1,000 water. And 1,000 volatiles. And, let's go with some fission, so you can actually build up some fission piles in space. Yeah, you're not getting any of that. Complete trade. Alright, so how they feel about me now?
You are a shining star. You are a burning sun. And within you burns an eternal flame. When that flame touches another, nothing in this world can stand in its way. Superior Judith Howe, Burn Brighter, Self-Improvement Course.
One cannot simply open a window while on a spaceship. As such, there is no simple way of releasing the accumulated heat of several dozen human bodies and countless computer system reactors and weapons. But if it is not removed, anyone on board will soon die of extreme heat frustration, while the ship itself will ultimately melt. Conduction, convection, or radiation are the only possible means of thermal energy transfer, and of those, only radiation is currently feasible within the empty vacuum of space. This means radiators, but unfortunately that means bulk, which is itself deeply undesirable. However, liquid droplet radiators appear to be the answer we need. By replacing a solid surface radiator with one that sprays cooling droplets, which are then recirculated and reused across large, thin radiators, we can reduce the mass of approximately 1,300 kilograms to under 100 kilograms. That does require special liquids with a vapor pressure so low that they can resist evaporation before recapturing, but our latest breakthroughs in this field have resulted in droplet supplies that will last several decades before needing to be replaced. Meanwhile, theoretical future nanomaterials will ultimately reduce both the size and the mass of the radiators. So now you have enough heat management that you can colonize the inner system. And to that end, I'm sending a probe to Mercury. Oh, wait. I jumped the gun there. That tech unlocked mission to the inner planets, which you still need to research before you can send anything to the inner planets. I was so giddy at a chance to go to Mercury. So the thing is, I don't know if I've said this before, but solar collectors do have a greater power yield the closer they are to the sun. So Mercury's the best place to build almost any, like, space station, because all you have to do is plop down 1 or 2 solar collectors and you can power a whole space station. Like, around Earth, the solar collectors give me 10. I think around Mercury, they give you 40. Oh, there's the Taurus
slipped
Earth.
away.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
And now Brazil is fighting Honduras. And now Russia's fighting Cambodia. Does this shit ever end? Stop that. You're not coming back, Protectorate. Deal with it. I have to wait till the 11th of September? With no other research getting focused. Ugh, I need to do something about this. I don't know what to just abandon either of this. But clearly I moved too quickly on that front.
Where do you need me?
I need you to... I actually switched that for advising.
Lending my expertise.
Ready for orders.
What's the op? We'll grab them.
Ready for my mission. defending the VIP.
That's 3 bots today. Jeez.
Offering
You'd think this is
assistance.
Twitter.
They got away.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Things are cooling off.
Why is Brazil joining in on the war? Oh wait, they're not. But they're also fighting Cambodia. Now it's a race to see who can get their army there first. Russia has 6 armies. But only 2 of them have navies. And this one sucks. Alright, hold on. So that's the 3 I sent them to. Of them, I think the first one was the most appetizing. No. Yeah, here, if only because it has so much volatiles. But it would take over a year for the base to get here. How's Butt Station going? So that would less than a year, but it'd still take a while. Oh yeah, let's not even bother then.
Prepping for next mission.
Once that construction module gets built, it'll be easier to build things in the asteroid belt for cheaper. Alright, not sure how many times I want to keep trying this.
Eyes on target.
Standing by for order. On guard.
What's the op? Securing our control.
I'll keep them safe.
Making things safe for our people.
They slipped away.
You're getting worse each time. I'm not disappointed though, the odds are definitely against you here.
The
I'm
people
just
will come to our
annoyed.
side.
Things are stabilizing.
And now Russia's fighting Honduras too. I know that alien's there. I'm the one trying to capture it. Oh, hello. Oh, it's just the initiative consolidating control over Russia. Poor, poor Academy. But hey, look, the Resistance launched their fleet. Oh, let's not. Don't glitch through the Earth, please. No, that's... Crit Missile Bay, 30mm autocannon, again. Less armored than the Servants, so there you go. Not all that special. Though not that we can build anything that much better at the moment. And we can make a science ship, that won't do much. Actually, while we're at it, let's see what else the aliens have cooking. Got another ship coming in. Another destroyer. Is that Dreadnought still in orbit? Victor 52. No. A lot of dreadnoughts in the outer solar system.
Ready.
Alright, last time. That's not... yeah, detain.
We'll grab them.
I'm here. Making our case.
Defending the VIP.
Target lost. We couldn't get them.
Ah, alright. Well, that almost killed you, so I guess we're done there. China has developed a new anti-satellite missile which is now ready for testing. Carrying out this test will provide China with substantial data, but it will piss off the United States. Well, not like that. The thing is, the United States can impose sanctions, which will hurt the GDP, which honestly is still pretty high. It's only been growing since the game started. So I'd rather finally get us into the information age for our armies. Oh, but the increase of debris is also problematic because we have all of our shit in low Earth orbit and nothing protects it. Yeah, we need the opinion boost too. Do it.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Oh wow, the servants have become very popular. That's problematic. You're gonna have to stay there for a while. But we got the information age armies, so there's that at least. Oh, and looks like the United States is about to get to level 5 of Miltech. Means it gets a new little pawn on the board. Do we get to see it change? Probably not.
I'm here.
Alright, you're done doing that. Clearly it's not working.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
Reporting in. We're going in.
Hopefully another faction will try and kill or capture that alien.
One would not send a swordsman to fight a tank. Neither should we voyage into the unknown armed with only the primitive tools of self-defense we cling to here on Earth. Director Khalid Al-Ashkar, Investment Pitch Deck for Future Space LLC.
Oh, finally. He starts making some sense. The next frontier in space warfare is magnetic weaponry, lending velocity to a round not via combustion, but via electromagnetic acceleration. Even despite there being no air to slow a gunpowder-based bullet's passage, such rounds simply cannot reach the speeds required to effectively punch through an armored hull at great range. Magnetic weapons overcome this limitation and replace explosive-based rounds for a far cheaper yet potentially larger solid metal slugs by pushing their rounds through an electromagnetically charged barrel, thus imparting far more kinetic energy upon their rounds at the moment of firing. The result is harder-hitting weapons requiring only an electrical power source to function. With proof of this concept now established, additional breakthroughs in the field of magnetics will enable us to develop powerful spacecraft-mounted railguns. Ultimately, we also hope to replace metal slugs with energy-based rounds. Plasma. Alright, what else did they... They went to militarization of space. Shocking. Oh, the Academy might actually pull away from me while I'm doing this. Okay, it's only 4 more days, though. Dissolution of Russia. Another interesting choice for trying to break up the countries I don't have control over. Alright, 6.
You're kidding, right? I could set a puppy on fire on live TV, right? And it wouldn't change a bloody thing. That's how much they love me. Chairman Soren van Beek, post-trial comments to the news media.
What fun. Whoever controls the media controls the mind. Though the platforms of mass media and debate have changed almost beyond recognition over recent decades, that essential truth remains the same. The arrival event has caused not just widespread panic, but also widespread opportunism for many. The hysteria caused by this grandest of revelations is the ideal way to control hearts and minds. Conspiracy theories, ultranaturalism, radicalization, and even misplaced religious awe abound. And it is important that cooler heads manage to manage the message before society falls into greater division than ever before. Maintaining order and coordinating Earth's response to both this and any future visitations is crucial, and there is much to be gained from establishing new ways in which the world's leaders might address our species as a whole. It is increasingly likely that humanity will one day be dispersed throughout the stars, and if we are to retain any sense of togetherness, we need an effective lines of communication across worlds.
Violence is abating.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Ugh.
Things are stabilizing.
Perfect. Alright, now, don't do that. That takes forever. If I have the money for it, this would increase my counselor, but I was thinking of also doing this. Do that first. But don't focus on that too much. Alright. Now, next turn I need someone to unite you two into a federation.
The people will come to our side.
Ah, the Pan-Asian Combine, the one where China tries to take over the world. China gets a claim on the following regions. Ulaanbaatar, Sapporo, Tokyo, Fukuoka, so all of Japan, Vietnam, Panpero, Hanoi, so Vietnam, Pyongyang, Korea, Vladivostok, Northern Russia, or rather, in this case, Eastern Russia, Bangkok. Yeah, so as you can see, this is how China takes over the world, one small thing at a time. But the thing is, if you complete this, then Japan gets the Pacific Defense League in response, which means essentially when China gets the ambitions to take over the Pacific, Japan goes, okay guys, let's get together against China. So this is how you can kind of get a totalitarian combine megastate or a highly democratic superstate excluding China. But, like I said earlier, if you get the liberating mainland China, you can kind of pull the Republic of China into the Pacific Defense League, giving you the same kind of megastate, but a much higher democracy score. And it's a way to do that a lot quicker than trying to invest in knowledge and getting this number eking up by year. Oh my gosh, another bot! And it's the same message as before!
By the numbers.
Starting to think this audience is almost all bots. If you're not a bot, say 0110011110001110001110001111002.
Ready for orders. On my way to the capital.
Thank you, everyone who at least spoke up. Alright, I think I'm gonna look to wrap the stream up when we hit 2030. Or maybe when we finish the alien technology tech. Since that's just
Violence
a little bit
is
after
abating.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
I made small incremental progress in my Earth plans.
Policy direction complete.
Federate. Alright, how long do we have to wait for that to turn into a nation? So pretty much almost a whole year. Predictable. And Angola switches hands.
Unable to destroy target.
Magnesium can't destroy xenofauna. Xenoforming. I need to defend interests up here too, or else I'm going to lose the executive. Alright, come back up here. Defend
Protecting
that.
our interests.
The rest is behind
Ready
Pakistan.
to go.
You're right.
Restoring order.
Your orders?
Oh, that's way too high. Switch that around.
Securing our interests.
Securing our control.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Things are stabilizing.
Southeast Asian Alliance project. So Thailand now gets to come in and start messing with stuff. However, you'll notice that the Southeast Asian Alliance does not get a claim. Oh, I was about to say they don't get a claim in Jakarta. There it is. So yeah, this allows all of these countries to form into one superstate. However, I feel like there was something here that was missing. Oh yeah, they don't get a claim on Taiwan. They do get a claim. They do not get a claim on the Philippines either.
We've moved the needle.
So the thing is, one way you can kind of help this grow is to actually get Greater Indonesia, and then the Indonesia that allows it to get claims on Australia and New Zealand, and then that's how you can kind of get this whole section of the world into one superstate. I'm not sure if I'm going to gun for that, if only because it involves fighting humanity first. I don't feel like... I'm still trying to make sure I don't piss everyone off, because I'm just trying to leave. Singapore, Taiwan 2. Alright, who's free?
Where to?
You defend Taiwan.
Securing our interests.
You.
Where to?
Aren't you working on this? No, you're not. Okay, you were just defending it. Alright, go over here then.
Securing our control. Making things safe for our people.
Making things safe for our people.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Order is returning.
Public opinion remains unmoved.
Unfortunately, the servants, like 3 other nations, really want to have their fingers in Southeast Asia, so my plans on kind of uniting this whole front just get a lot harder. And there goes Azerbaijan. Russia is still Russia, probably until it gobbles up Belarus. Eventually, oh wait, actually, the Eurasian Union doesn't exist. There's no federation tag here, so it fully split. Either all the countries are now part of Russia, or I've taken them away. Neat.
Standing by.
Actually, can you advise? Actually, it's probably better off if you advise China. Yeah, do that.
I will help them.
Ready for my mission.
Advise Malaysia.
I will help them. Offering counsel.
Lending my expertise.
Now the regime
People will come to our
change.
side.
Violence is abating.
The people will come to our side.
Will they? Did it right when the turn ended. Trying to make sure the aliens aren't regrouping anywhere. Nope, still just fumbling around. Though fumbling implies that they're doing something wrong. Really? The Academy took over North Korea? Well, I guess at this point they're a bit desperate.
Offering assistance. What's the op? Offering assistance.
Offering support.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Order is returning.
We hold no sway in their minds.
Ah, the African Union. When you try to stitch all of this together into a super state of probably 3 billion people, which, given how a lot of this stuff is based on population mechanics, can be incredibly strong. But the problem is, on their own, each country has a myriad of issues. I did, in a much more advanced game, I did try forming the African Union, and it ended up, I think, with a population of about 2 billion. I had to nuke it a few times. Long story. But I was able to get its economy and research twice the size of China. It's a bit broken, maybe, and I'm not sure how much balance there is in the fact that you have to try and get control of all of Africa.
Lending my expertise.
Offering counsel.
Council.
We've moved the needle.
Things are stabilizing.
Mm-hmm.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Mm-hmm. You spin me right round, lady,
Offering
right
support.
round, like a record,
Lending
baby,
my
right round,
expertise.
round, round. You know, being the orbit of my revolution
will come to
along
our
my
side.
axis orbit around the
Things are cooling
sun.
off.
Oh
Public opinion
dear.
remains on move.
That was my back. I'm not purging the Academy from North Korea. I only had North Korea so I could help take over China. Mission accomplished. Good luck with that guerrilla war in North Korea.
It is only a matter of time before this rush for gold turns red. To staunch the flow of blood, other nations will send their own armed envoys. It is in our best interest to be gone before that happens. Director Khalid al-Ashgar overheard private conversation.
The threat of force is often more powerful than the force itself. Absent clear borders, human expansion into space will bring with it a host of dangers. Overzealous neighbors, extremist terrorism, and the threat of piracy all loom before us. It is necessary to create a reliable system of command and control alongside the armaments necessary to enforce it, if we are to have any hope of maintaining dominion of any newly acquired resources and facilities in orbit and beyond. Protection, and if necessary preemptive defense, must be prioritized. This is how you get Space Marines. Space Marines! We fight in the name of the Emperor.
offering assistance.
Offering support.
We send our space marines in metal
Public sentiment is
boxes.
increasingly with us.
I played
Violence is
I played
Public
Dawn of War
sentiment is
Retribution a lot.
increasingly with us.
Actually, no, it was Soulstorm that was the third one. Almost there. Get that sweet, sweet alien tech. Ah, Greater India. That's, I think that one's pretty expensive, but that lets me gobble up Pakistan. Another big saver on control
I
points.
will help them.
Yeah, that's 30 right there.
I will help them.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Order is returning.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Now, what did you just build, Protectorate? 30 Urania. Urania mined. Since the moment we recovered it, our research and engineering divisions have been constantly requesting samples of the alien technology. Today alone, we have seen no less than 48 requests for everything from recovered databanks to simple bulkhead fasteners. This is understandable, given that each item has a potential treasure trove of knowledge, both at a technological level, how does it operate and what is its purpose, and on a chemical one, what was it created from and where. The recovered technology has begun to yield its secrets, the theoretical applications of which very much depend on our own intentions. Unfortunately, with such a finite amount of these alien artifacts at hand, we can only, for now, scratch the surface of their potential. Our attempts to understand the alien technology have unfortunately run up against a wall. Although advanced, the majority of the alien tech designs are not fundamentally dissimilar from our own, and as mentioned, the bulk of their mass is comprised of standard elements mined and processed here in our solar system. However, every single piece of alien technology of any importance has been found to contain substances that are clearly extrasolar in origin. Our teams are certain that these substances that allow the alien designs to outperform ours so comprehensively. To match the alien performance, we must understand how effectively to use them. Unfortunately, to properly sell the exotic materials, we need more of them, much more. The salvage and samples we have acquired so far do not contain anywhere near enough for the test we have in mind. Got 2. Salvage alien warship. Are you continuing to the next step? Well, you know, let me skip this because I already did that. Every journey begins with a single step. With a better deep space viewing capability, we should search for alien systems or untouched ones. Research the Deep Space Telescope Station module project and build a module at one of your tabs. Our earlier exposure to alien technology, yeah, it's a bit of a timey-wimey thing here. Alien technology at the crash site could not have prepared for the sight of a true alien warship. Though the warship is similar in design and composition, its scale in comparison to even the largest infiltration vessels is humbling. The ship appears to be highly automated. The vessel is manned only by a skeleton crew, apparently consisting almost entirely of engineers. Their job is to ensure that the ship's systems remain online with only minimal manual control. This helps explain the absence of deceased crew, as they would most likely be vaporized or spaced while working in critical systems during heavy combat. Despite all we can learn from the alien design, however, by far the most exciting result of this acquisition is that we finally have access to a large quantity of the exotic alien alloys that seem so crucial to their engineering. These alloys are present in significant quantity throughout every system and structure of the warship, from the silver used in the conduit wiring to the massive ablative armor panels. Our teams are eager to begin their analysis. Now research exotics. There was one extra step there that you may have noticed was probably specific to Project Exodus. I mean, the Ark Society. Alright, in the meantime... give me a farm? We're already researching that and that. I don't want to have 2 massive projects, and it's going to take forever. So... yeah, do the farm. And we'll switch it so... that has priority. Alright. How much research is going to take to get to that telescope? I'll give it a little bit of time to catch up.
Ready for orders. Surveilling target area.
If you use Inspire on someone, it says it works, but their loyalty doesn't actually grow. Does that mean they're turned? So the thing is about loyalty is that unless they have a trait that that makes it transparent, I think it's called transparent, you will not see what their actual loyalty is until you have someone run an investigate counselor mission on them, and you have to keep doing it to see it change up or down.
Offering counsel.
Offering assistance.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Setting a watch.
At least the xenoforming hasn't gotten too far out of control.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
The
When is
people
this
will come
freaking
to our
deep
side.
space telescope gonna pop up? Like I said, I'm gonna give it until the end of February, and then I'm gonna call it a night.
Home is wherever you lay your head, it is said.
You have the
This
loyalty
nation,
monitor on
home,
them.
as far too many of
Huh.
us know, is only where no one
Then I'm not
is
sure what to
trying
tell you. I've actually
destroy
never used the
all that
loyalty
you hold
monitor. It
dear.
didn't seem
Commissioner
worthwhile.
Kiran Banerjee to the BBC.
Our outpost halves have been successful proof of concept. This means the time has now come to begin housing humans on other worlds in unprecedented numbers. This is not merely a question of construction, but most of all one of safety. Even the slightest error, oversight, or malfunction could cost hundreds, even thousands of lives. If we are to proceed from mere research outposts and towards something resembling a society, we need to think in the longer term. Oxygen generation is paramount, as are sustainable food and fuel sources, but privacy, leisure, and education will also become ever more pressing concerns. Thus, we must build habitats at scale, designed to be modular and expandable. While this remains early days for the spread of humanity beyond Earth's orbit, these nascent settlements can prepare other planets for eventual full colonization. And now we do mission to other planets.
Taking it to them.
The thing is, if the last I checked about them being turned, if you inspire them enough, they turn away from the faction they were helping. Have you tried investigating the counselors that don't have their loyalty improved? Because that may reveal if they're turned or not. That should reveal if they're turned or not.
I'm here. Protecting our interests.
Ready to go. Protecting our interests.
Yeah, I can't say for certain
Securing
if
our control.
that Inspire thing is either a bug or something else. If they are both turned, then maybe it is. Yeah, the
Making things
Inspire
safe
is
for our
fighting
people.
their... where are you going? Am I allied with the United States? I'm rivaled with the United States. How are you passing through my territory? Oh, you're not. You're going into the water. That arrow is deceptive. Okay, I was hoping this deep space telescope
We are winning
pops
their
up
hearts
just
and
so I can see
minds.
how much it costs. And the Protectorate have a fleet now.
Target destroyed.
And another alien has arrived on Earth, and they crashed it, of course, in my area.
I will try to sway the public.
Standing by. We'll restore peace to this nation.
At your service.
Alright, folks, that is going to be it from me tonight. I was hoping we could at least take a look at that telescope research, but suffice to say, whenever it pops up, I'm going to give it some level of priority, depending on how expensive it is. Let's take a quick look at the world. The Academy pretty much only have Canada and some isolated pockets elsewhere in the world as their base of operations. It seems like Community First is now focusing a lot more on the Middle East and Northern Africa, though they do still have some vestiges elsewhere in the Pacific. The Ark Society, of course, is centralizing themselves in Southeast Asia, Eastern Asia generally, India too. I'm going to really turn this into a block of support through Superstates. The Resistance, they have the UK, and they seem to have solidified a lot more control over South America. The Initiative, of course, has Russia, and they've got their paws in Saudi Arabia too, so they're definitely trying to pump as much money as they can. Let's see here. Protectorate have lost a bit of their foothold in Southeast Asia thanks to both my efforts and other country messing with their shit. It seems like elsewhere it's mostly East Europe and some South America. Then finally we have the Servants still dominating America, and through that domination kind of fucking up everywhere they show up. They invade places and then just abandon them, just so they can F with their shit. Annoying. I hate them. And that's why I'm afraid of them. But that's the state of the world. And also, Coronet Chris, thank you for the 63-month resub. Keep it up. But I'll probably spend a year or two just keep tending to things. You know, this was definitely the episode where I get to fuck with the aliens. But I'll make sure to start up another stream before I get any further in the interrogation process. In the meantime, did I already save? I feel like I saved. Let me save again. Okay, yeah, definitely saved. I'll save it again. Alright, so that is going to be this week for me. I will be back probably on Tuesday. I don't have anything that will interfere with that this time around. To do more Persona 5 Royal. And going into the week, I'll also be touching base on Valheim. I wanted to do Valheim today, but I still haven't found a good place to start exploring the Mistlands. I've just been too busy. But definitely getting to that. Now, to make sure your Friday night can keep on rolling, let's see who's streaming. I've got Bracky doing some Among Us. And I've got Nick doing some more Mario stuff. Well, you know, we're leading up to the Mario film, so why not send you guys over to Nick? Raid Lenny Pator. Alright guys, I hope everyone has a good night, a great weekend, stay safe and sane, healthy, all that lovely jazz, and I'll see you guys next week. Toodles!